So I'm stood here at the western edge of the Amazon rainforest, in the Peruvian region of Madre de Dios. Here at Taricaya Eco Reserve, it is one of the most biodiverse places on the planet. In an area of just 550 hectares, there are over 100 species of mammals, 600 birds, 127 reptiles and amphibians, and 94 fish. Just to put that into perspective, where I'm stood here, there are more bird species than the whole of Britain. Now, this reserve provides sanctuary to many rare and elusive species, such as the tapir, spider monkey, jaguar, and green anaconda. Now, unfortunately, because this area is so biodiverse, it is so vulnerable to anthropogenic change. Threats to this region include illegal mining, illegal logging, overhunting, and climate change. We're going to be spending 20 days in the jungle looking at the incredible levels of biodiversity this beautiful place has to offer, and hopefully raise awareness about some of the issues this area faces and explain the impacts that us, we humans, have had on this planet. It is so important to protect and conserve not just this place but ecosystems across the world. I mean, look at it, this place is simply incredible. What, bro?
I just got back from the plug, I got the leaves.
Bro, what the fuck?
It's the deadest airport, bro. Looks like a deviant age.
Yo, Jason. Bro. There's the plane, man. We gotta go on the plane, we're getting told off. Let's go.
Yeah, it's recording now.
What's the time? Fine time. It's literally, see the time, man. 10 to 9 in the morning.
Oh my god, we're on it now.
Fine time.
Pints are in.
Hours left on the flight. We are here just over Venezuela. We've got all of this to cover. And then we're in Lima. 'em. Do you reckon you'll be better than them, bro?
Bro, they can't be better.
Why? Bro, they look cracked, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, to an untrained eye. You've got the untrained eye, remember?
Bro, go down there and class them.
I will. Just you wait, just you wait.
Right, hold on a minute, Jamie. Pause the documentary. Class them, yeah? Do you want to tell them what happened, bro, in that game?
Allow it. Alright, okay, look. This is the rundown, yeah? This is how it went. Obviously, we stepped 5 man to 5 man, yeah? 5 aside. More time, our team, yeah? No ballers, bruv. I've got to say it. The England team, we didn't step. We came with heart and we came with passion, but they just had the technique on us. Let me just add, the Peruvians had the home ground, yeah? They had this pitch, yeah? Bare slippery, like just a weird ground, yeah? It was unfair. I'll just say that much, yeah? Referee, he also had a terrible performance, I'll be real. We lost, yeah? It was probably about 52, right? We lost the first leg, yeah? Then we played a second leg. And let me just say, It's next goal wins, yeah. The fate of the universe on the line. England versus Peru. Who's going to come home with the pride? Who's going to do it for their country, bro? Thomas Hale, yeah. He's on the sideline. We've got a throw on. Yeah, he's won it. He puts the ball edge of the box. I'm running. I get the ball near post. Bow. Go. We win, bruv. We won the game. That's all that matters, yeah. They may have scored like 50 plus goals. They may have had a 12-year-old girl on their team. I don't care. I don't give a monkeys. We won, next goal wins. Finished. End of. Done. They got classed.
Alright, so we've got our first bit of traditional Peruvian food or drink, bro. Inca Cola. It's made from lemon. What's it called? Lemon. Hold on a second.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
Lemon verbena. Lemon verbena. Let's see what it said. Let's do a little taste test.
Would you rate it? Would you rate it?
It's going again.
That's banging, bro. That is banging. It does taste like iron brew.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It tastes like iron brew.
It tastes like iron brew cream soda and like orange squash put together. It's banging. Alright. Right, so we've arrived at Puerto Maldonado, just on the outskirts. We're at like, I think it's called the Anaconda Lodge or something. But yeah, we're staying here one night. It's just like a little few lodges in the jungle. There's one of them. We're staying in this one over there. Let's go have a look. What we've got through here. Double bed, bathroom in here. Better than my uni home, I'm not gonna lie. And then where I'm staying is up the stairs. Up the steepest stairs in the world. Alright, that's my bed. Pile of shit already. Been here 5 minutes. Yeah, it's pretty decent up here. Got a nice hole in the ceiling there. For anything to wander through, but it's in the night. But yeah. Made it to the jungle. It's fucking hot, man. Really hot. It's been raining really heavily since we got here, pretty much. But yeah, we're here for one night. It's a little jungly section, but it's gonna get a lot thicker than this. Look at this. It's gonna get worse than this. There's a pool here as well. We've had a good swim in the pool. We're chilling by the pool. Man like Jason. What you saying, bro? We made it to the jungle.
You going out already?
I'm gonna die. Watch this.
Go on, bro.
Here we go.
Cheers! Hey, that's cold.
And now we're just off for some lunch. And then we're going to the town centre of Puerto Maldonado. Get some snacks. Try some authentic Peruvian food. See if we can eat any like snake hearts or anything weird like that, do you know what I mean? Any beetles or anything. But yeah, it's gonna be good. Being in the jungle is so mad. It is amazing how fucking green it is. It's just green all around. So dense as well. And this isn't even proper jungle. This is not primary forest. This is just on the outskirts of a city where we're staying at the moment. It's gonna get denser than this. The sound as well. Oh, listen. It's just things always making noises at you. Some really cool plants as well. Here, check this out. Look at that one here. Look at that one down there. Some cool colours on that one. I don't know what species it is, but I'll put it on screen now for you. Yeah, it's fucking sick out here, man. I ain't seen too much wildlife so far, but we're not in the actual proper jungle yet. We saw a sleeping sloth in the tree, which is quite cool. You couldn't really see him, but at least we know there's things here, do you know what I mean? Oh, I'm loving out here, man. I'm loving it. So excited. So excited for what the trip has to offer right now. So excited for what has to come on this trip. It's gonna be so good, man. So gassed to be here.
Right, before the next clip plays, let me give a little bit of context, right? So it's our first day in the jungle. We just got back from a load of travelling. We're having a few. Do you know what I'm saying? We had quite a few beers. And I go to Jamie. I'm sleeping in that hammock by the pool tonight. He says, no, you're not. I say, I am. He said, you're going to get eaten alive by mosquitoes, mate. I said, do you know who I am? Anyway, just fucking have a look at it.
Right, looks like I'm fucking sleeping in a hammock for tonight. Got the hiccups. Had a couple. It's gonna be mad. Once in a lifetime opportunity, might as well take it, do you know what I mean? Gotta get used to it. I mean, I'm gonna be doing shit like this my whole life. I'm fucking chilling, mate. Chilling. See you in the morning. Jamie.
Listen.
We're about to get on the boat, man.
Yeah, man. I've got all the luggage loaded on. We did like a conveyor belt.
Yeah, we had to get a little operation line going.
Yeah.
Down the steps.
Handing it.
We'll have a good little operation line, don't we? Yeah, those animals up there are going to get released.
But that fucking parrot, man, I can't wait for it to go.
You don't want to shut up.
You'll be like this the whole time, man.
Oh, they're quite successful. They do quite well in disturbed forest. I wouldn't be surprised if there was some in these little patches. It's a successful thing. Just reminds me that there's not a predator that's really good at spotting them. They do.
Come on,
It's too loud.
Can we eat them?
If it tips in, don't blame me. If I accidentally knock it on a little.
I reckon parrot's quite nice, bro. What do you think it tastes like? Chicken?
Yeah, that's a good question, actually.
You know they love their chicken out here.
Probably just parrot. More time, they don't be eating pigeon in their chicken shops, they be eating parrot.
Word.
That's what you know, bro. They eat parrot out here.
Yeah, those animals in cages are going to get released where we're going. So I'm assuming they're like pets or injured and they've
I
been...
reckon they were rescued or something.
Yeah. They've been nursed into good health again, ready to be released back into the wild. So yeah, excited for the boat journey, bro.
Yeah, I think that should be quite
You're gonna get seasick, bro.
No, I don't get seasick, I'm calm. I'm calm.
Wait, look at that. Fucking plastic bottle floating down the river. Hold on.
It is amazing, man. It is just always there.
Everywhere you go, man. Now, one of the issues I mentioned at the start of the video was overhunting. Now, what overhunting does, it drives local species to extinction. Now, of course, the local people here have a right to use the rainforest and extract its resources. This is their home, this is their land. However, there seems to be a lack of education within the local people about certain species' role in the ecosystem. Now, overhunting can lead to the removal of what's called a keystone species. Now, this is a species which has a huge impact on the ecosystem relative to its abundance. So an example of a keystone species found here in the rainforest is the jaguar. Now, the jaguar is an apex predator and predates on species such as deer and tapir, which are lower down in the food web or the food chain. Now, the removal of the apex predator, the jaguar, through overhunting can cause what's called a top-down trophic cascade. Now, this is where the removal of an apex predator in an ecosystem sees impacts filtered down through the food chain. So the removal of an apex predator like the jaguar means there's higher densities of species like tapir and deer, which can cause overgrazing and lowers the plant density, which eventually leads to deforestation. So one of the ways Taricaya overcomes this is by releasing overhunted species that have been driven to extinction back into the rainforest. Have I got water? Fuck off, man.
You want the water tube?
I don't want your tube, bro. Right, so we're off to go release the sloth, the three-toed sloth. That was a rescue animal. It was found yesterday in the middle of Puerto Maldonado, on just the street. So they've taken it. We took it on a boat, and we're off to go release it back into the wild. Hopefully, you don't crawl back up inside the cage. It's raining, and you might not want any fucking part of it. Holy shit, that is a big fucking tree.
I think that's the biggest tree I've ever seen.
Yeah, probably. Jesus Christ. So yeah, let's hope he doesn't crawl back inside the cage. Jamie, what was you saying?
That's the biggest tree I've ever seen.
No, about the eagle, bro.
Oh yeah. Obviously, yeah, set the scene, yeah.
Set the scene, set the scene.
Set the scene. A bunch of uni students surrounding this sloth, yeah, that's just been, it's escaped a drug cartel's house in Puerto Maldonado, right? Managed to somehow just get out because they got raided by feds and they ditched the house. It's come from struggle, yeah? And now it's getting released in the rainforest. It's back home. It cruised about 2 yards. Harpy eagle swoops in, bang, grabs it, check. Done, finished.
Odds on, bro. I'm saying 1 in 10. Species reintroductions are such an important part of ecosystem restoration. They allow the return of a variety of species back into the forest, increasing the general biodiversity of the region. Now usually these released animals are pets, found in urban areas, or have an injury that threatens their survival in the wild. Now Taricaya serves as a donation point for wild animals who are kept as pets and shouldn't, and are taken by the authorities and given to Taricaya to rehabilitate them and release them back into the wild. Now for a species to be reintroduced, it needs to fulfill a certain criteria. Number 1, they need to be healthy. Number 2, they need to be of a certain age. And number 3, they need to be able to survive in the wild. Now Taricaya ensures this by simulating the natural conditions as much as possible in their enclosure. So in the spider monkey enclosure, they've been given branches, they've been given tires, they've been given ropes to simulate climbing trees as much as possible. Now unfortunately you can never perfectly recreate natural conditions, and a few years ago a released spider monkey actually fell to their deaths because they simply weren't good at climbing trees, just because they were a pet and they'd never experienced the rainforest before. Juveniles here at the reserve are hand raised, and especially social species can actually become attached to their humans, to their keepers. So what happens is when they go to release the animals in the wild, the species follow them around, they climb on humans, they don't want to leave, which is a huge problem. So to prevent this, what Taricaya does, they try to minimize the amount of human contact just prior to when they're due to be released. So what this does, it creates almost a gradient of human contact. When they've just arrived at a reserve, they get a lot, and by the time they're due to leave, they don't get much at all. Now to further increase the success of these species reintroductions, what Taricaya does is called a soft release. And this is where they provide the animals with a little bit of food when they're released. And eventually they decrease the amount of food they're given each day or each week, just so the animals don't starve. Now this encourages these animals to go out and forage and to hunt and to find the food for themselves, because they're not being given the food on a plate like they are at the reserve. They need to go out, do some work, find their food. Unfortunately, along the Madre de Dios River, which is where we currently are, the spider monkey has been extinct for nearly 40 years. The nearest wild population is 100 kilometers away along the Tambopata River. It took 3 attempts to establish a stable population of spider monkeys in this region. Now what happened between 2011 and 2014? 2 groups actually joined together to create a bigger population, which is great news. However, this resident population, as I refer to them from now on, actually does cause issues for releasing new groups in the future. These resident populations compete with the new groups, and what happens is, especially with the spider monkeys, the males will fight each other, and the resident population males are more dominant. They have more experience, they've been in the wild for longer. So what happens is the males from the new group could actually be killed or injured, and this increases the chances of a re-release having to occur. Now the females, on the other hand, they're a bit more submissive, they're a bit more curious. Usually there's no problems between them. On average, it's only a 48% survival rate for reintroduced species. One spider monkey population released in 2020, numbering 10 individuals. Fucking hell, someone's going crazy over there. And only 4 of them survived. Once released, it's so important to track and monitor these species. And the way they do this, they attach a collar, or they tag them, and this sends a signal to a receiver within a 500 meter range. And this enables them to get the position so they can go out and look for them. Now when they go out and track them, they're looking at their behavior, they're looking at their diet, they're looking at their general well-being and how they've acclimatized to being in the wild. Now early today we were taken down the river to a neighbouring reserve, and a man named Raul took us into the jungle to track the 2020 population of spider monkeys. A couple of these fellas, have a look at them. No, they're camera shy, look at them. Hello mate. Oh, they're all coming over now. Now these individuals in this enclosure are due to be released in a year's time. They won't stay here forever, it's not like a zoo. They take these animals, they rehabilitate them, and they release them back into the wild. And they're fucking loud, aren't they? Jesus. What's he doing there? Having a fucking wank? Fucking hell. Nice and refreshing.
Yeah, it's nice, it's decent. It's decent.
Oh! That one is the small one, that is a social call that they use for introduce themselves, but there is the strong one that they use for give localization. No, the females in spare monkeys, if you can see, come from. For 4:30 to be here before the monkeys wake up and tracking them.
I'm just thinking I'm going to do this and my head's just going to fall off.
Alright, let's see what the jungle crack then is saying. Yo, MTV Cribs.
Yeah, come in.
Yeah, is it calm?
Yeah, come in.
Alright, let's see this jungle crack then, bruv.
Alright.
Hello mate, you alright?
Yeah mate, just having a little read, you know.
What, cranking one out, are you?
Yeah, you know it, brother.
Right, so sleeping accommodation's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm round here, look, come to
Well, you round the back? Alright mate, coming round now.
So basically,
Oh, what the fuck, bro?
jungle, man, you gotta do your business. So basically, yeah, this is the shower. Basically, go on, zoom in on the shower for them.
Yeah, we got the shower. Oh, that's fucking grim, mate.
This is the sink.
What the fuck?
That's the mirror. It's decent. It's a decent little spot. Bro, there was a crumb of crisp left in the bed. Yeah, check this. 1 crumb of crisp.
Where is it? Let me get.
1 crumb and ants. They're on it. They're literally
That's so peak, bro. My man's got.
crumb.
He's got to sleep there, man.
He's gonna have to trade. He's gonna have to change bed. This is my new cupboard. Now I get the closet.
Alright, go on, bro. Go have a look at your sleeve and accommodation for the night.
Oh, bugs.
You left the crisp, I think, and it's just. Oh, we'll come for it.
That's why you put your net on properly.
Yeah.
That's outrageous.
1 crisp.
What, you really think me looking from the door that I was going to spot that? Shit!
Bro, that's so peak, man.
I'll just take the sheet off and fucking chuck them outside.
You don't give a fuck.
Mate, just come in.
Come in, yeah? How you doing, fella?
Oh, mate, it's a bit cold in here.
Fuck
Not
you
too sure about that.
It ain't looking
Not
good,
looking
bro.
good in here, mate. It ain't looking good in here. Oh, mate, that's everywhere.
So one of the first activities we did at Taricaya was set up these camera traps. Now what we had to do, we had to find a good location, set the trap up, and then clear the area of any plants in the camera's field of view. So we leave them overnight, and the next day I'm filming a documentary segment, and Cynthia, the woman you can see in the video, comes over to me. She's like, problemo. I'm like, what's going on? She's telling me the river's flooded. So the camera you can see us putting at the bottom of the tree, the river had flooded maybe 1.5 meters, 2 meters above that. So she's gone to me, you need to get in there and fucking sort it out and retrieve it. Bearing in mind, she's like 4'2", right? So if she gets in there, she's drowning. I get in there, the water's above my head, I'm feeling around this tree, trying to grab this camera, trying to untie it. Bearing in mind this is caiman infested water, right? I mean, eventually I did get it, but fucking hell, I'm lucky to be alive if I'm honest with you. Right, let's have a look at some of this camera trap footage then. So here we've got an agouti. Now there were loads of agoutis running about the whole time. They're a species of rodent, and they're cute little things, aren't they? Look at them. There's one having a little dip. So here we've got a peccary, which is essentially just a wild pig. There's quite a few of them on the cameras as well. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at the nuts on this one. Fucking hell. Yeah, we've got quite a few peccaries. There's one of them at night. And this is a spotted packer, another species of rodent in here. And then we've got deer, they're called brocket in South America. Not sure on the species, probably a red brocket. Or brown brocket. Here we've got tapir, these things are really cool. I mean, look at the size of them, they're massive creatures. Right, what we got here? That's an ocelot rummaging around. quite a few videos of the ocelot. I mean, Jesus Christ, look at the fucking nuts on that thing. More than me, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, look at him, man. Such beautiful cats. There's giant anteater, really cool animal. Really like this one. There's a puma. Now look at the muscles on this cat as he walks past. We've got jaguar as well. Best clip coming up here. Look at her. Beautiful animal. So glad we got this on the camera.
Piranha I caught earlier, he's gutted and he's ready for eating. Look at that. It's gonna be great, man. That's a good eating there.
Yeah, it was in the cage.
Right, for today, let's have a little taste.
What's that? Tell the people.
I got red, yellow belly piranha.
What's it taste like?
Spiny. Oh, right.
Yeah, eat it with your lips. Yeah, you gotta be careful. Eat it with your lips.
But it's good.
It's a good munch.
Banging, bro.
What does it taste like? Does it taste like normal
I did
fish?
say fried fish.
Pesque frito.
Pesca frito.
Pesque
There's a
frito.
lot of bones in my mouth. So it's good.
You should just put a
Dayrex,
spider in
bro.
your bed
What the
as well,
fuck have you done to your camera,
and
man?
then the spider will eat
What the
it
fuck? Why is it not turning on? Are we gonna do a documentary and there's no camera?
Chris,
What have you done?
should have listened to mine, man.
What happened?
Should listen to mine.
What happened? What happened? Who's a donut? Who's
Me.
a silly sausage?
Me. But the
what
show
do you
must
do?
go on.
Is it going
show-
on?
The
Is it
show
carrying
must
on?
go on. So we use the phone. It's gonna be shit quality now, but the show must go on, man.
It's good. It's got
What can we
carry on.
do? What can I do? What's the point in worrying about it?
Down the drain. Au revoir. Adios. Adios.
Should I just leave it here?
Yeah.
Leave it,
you might
leave
as
it in the jungle.
You might as well.
So as part of our expedition to Peru, we were surveying two sites, a lowland one, Taricaya, and a highland site, Quincy Mill. Now on our way to the highland site, we went past the biggest illegal gold mine in the world. Now illegal gold mining is one of the biggest threats to rainforests and waterways across South America. By definition, illegal mining takes place in prohibited areas, such as federally protected areas like national park, and includes the use of banned machinery. Now usually these operations are very poorly ran and do not meet labour or environmental requirements. Now the Madre de Dios region in Peru exports 70% of Peru's gold production to international markets. Now the interoceanic highway, which connects Brazil's Atlantic coast to the Pacific, and the migration of people to the area have facilitated the growth in the gold mining industry here. Between 2012 and 2016, gold mining has increased by 40% and removed nearly 50,000 hectares of forest, even after the Peruvian government introduced legal measures to combat the mining in 2012. Many of the gold reserves are overexploited, so people are forced to move into protected areas, like the buffer zone of the Tambopata National Reserve, which is where Taricaya was. Illegal mining completely decimates the landscape. I mean, you can see it here. This used to be a beautiful wetland with many rare species, and now it's nothing more than a wasteland. The entire operation is extremely inefficient. I mean, there's a 1-to-1 loss ratio, and in order to extract these tiny particles of gold dust, mercury is used.
Mercury is a very polluting element, causes major impacts on the forest and rivers. It makes the water really cloudy, and the dredging of riverbeds fills the river with sediment. Mercury bioaccumulates in animals like fish, which will eventually enter us humans when we fish and we eat these animals. It's extremely toxic and causes a variety of health problems, including a reduction in brain function and development of children. Now, unfortunately, gold mining is a very complex socio-economic problem, and a lot of people have no choice but to work in these mines. It's also very closely linked with the narcotics trade and is used for money laundering. Cartels exploit many people in a variety of industries, and without change from the government, the problem's only going to continue to get worse. Okay, so we've now left Taricaya, the lowland rainforest, and we've now climbed 700 meters into the foothills of the Andes at Quincy Mill. Now, this is the second wettest place on the planet. The first is in Patagonia, in Argentina. So right now we're just putting some camera traps out and exploring the trails a little bit. I mean, right now we're in this little stream, just following it up, see if we can get a camera, because we can't put them on the main trail far away from the camp because people will nick them. So we're going off trail a little bit to find a good spot for them.
Jaguar hunt. Open your eyes for the leaves in a blunt. I ain't never leaving a run. The king never leaves on the front. My cause fly the Jaguar hunt. Open your eyes for the leaves in a blunt. I ain't never leaving a run. The king never leaves on the front.
The Amazon basin contains 60% of the world's remaining rainforest. It plays a crucial role in terms of biodiversity conservation, water regulation and carbon storage, but it also has the highest deforestation rate in the world. 3 to 4 million hectares are cut down every year. 14% of the Amazon has already been lost. Now, a lot of areas that are deforested look like this, degraded and lifeless. There are many interrelated reasons why the Amazon has such a high deforestation rate, and these include illegal logging, illegal mining, and immigration to the area. A lot of South American countries actually encourage development in the rainforest, and a lot of protected areas do not have the right legislation to actually protect their landscapes. Now, deforestation has huge implications on the ecosystem and the wildlife that reside within it. And the main impact is reducing rainfall. There are two main ways that deforestation can reduce rainfall. The first is a lot of the plants evapotranspirate, and this contributes significantly to Amazonian rainfall. Now, less rain means lower humidity, higher surface temperatures, and harsher dry seasons. Secondly, fires created to destroy an area of rainforest reduce rainfall and reduce cloud cover by trapping moisture and inhibiting the formation of rainfall. Now, these processes contribute to a positive feedback loop where less rainfall and higher temperatures leads to increased likelihood of wildfires and regional scale droughts and eventually climate change. This is further exacerbated by the El Niño Southern Oscillation, which is an atmospheric phenomenon that creates drought conditions in South America and across the whole Pacific. Without fundamental changes in land use practices and development policies, wildfires and droughts will certainly become more widespread. And these large expanses of forest act as the lungs of the earth, and without the Amazon, we as a civilization will suffer greatly. Natural areas provide us with essential processes which are key to planetary health, and these are known as ecosystem services and can be regulating, supporting, provisioning, or cultural. Now, some examples of these include the food and the water we drink and eat, the resources we use to build with, the regulation of important cycles such as carbon, nitrogen, and water, as well as the huge cultural connection many of us have with nature. Now, as humans, we are put here on this planet to take care of it. We have a duty to maintain it. We are the shepherds of the earth, and without it, we are fucked.
Yo, what you saying, man? How's your day been?
Shitty, man. Literally.
Shitty. What, did something bad happen?
Mate, I've been into the toilet fighting battles
Oh,
the
so
whole
like
day.
actually shitty.
Yeah,
Just a lot of shitting.
a
Like,
lot of shitting.
adjective.
Mate, I never thought I'd say this, but I'm tired of shitting, and I fucking love shitting. I love sitting on the toilet, and now I hate it. Eventually, I'm gonna be bleeding from my arsehole, bro. The amount of wiping, the amount of friction I'm receiving, it's not healthy, bro. It's genuinely not healthy. I reckon I've been to the toilet about 7 times today.
It's one of them ones, one of them days where you kind of got to be cautious of farting, innit?
Words.
Man,
Bro,
you don't even fart, man.
Even when you go to piss, man. Because you know when you go to piss, you fart, innit? You gotta be careful. You gotta clench when you go to piss. Otherwise, you're shitting yourself.
Bruv, today was filled with dysentery, bro. I'm talking an outbreak in the camp, bruv. Serious thing. Let me just tell you a little story about today, yeah? So, I wake up, pitch black, yeah? Pain in my stomach, pain. Like stabbing pain. Like
hurting?
Like a full bag. Like, I had a full bag in my stomach, bruv. I'm like, I need to get out. I need to get to the toilet. This is not gonna be good, man. This is not gonna be good. I'm trying to find my torch, yeah. Can't find it. No torch. I just walk out the tent, bro, and I fall on another tent, yeah. I just fall over. I'm like, fuck, man, this is not good. I'm like hallucinating. I'm seeing the lights spin around me and shit. I'm like, I need to get to the toilet. I'm barefoot in my boxers, yeah. It's cold, man. I get to the toilet. I turn the lights on. I'm like, oh my god, fuck me, what is this? Bare lights. I'm like, shit, I remember that I need to shit so bad. Back my trousers down. Falls out, man. It fell out. The shit fell out. It was on the seat.
On the seat, bro?
On the seat.
You
man.
missed?
Rough. I missed the target. Then I perch over the seat, yeah, and I let the rest run. It's just like waterfall.
Liquid.
Brown, bruv, brown. And then it's clean-up time. And it was probably longer than the shit. that was the main problem. I spent more time cleaning up than I spent shit. It was just rough.
Right,
no,
Tom, mate.
This part in all like this.
Give us an update on the dysentery situation, fella.
It's been a tough day, I must admit. I woke up this morning, alarm going off early. I'm already in a bad mood up for the day. We're doing bird banding. And I go in the toilet and it's like a bomb's gone off. The stench hitting my nose. Honestly, it was like the last day of a festival. It was disgusting in there. And I'm just holding my nose. I'll do my piss. I get out and I see Jamie. And I'm like, Jamie, don't go in there. Don't go in there. It is awful. And he's got this smile on his face. He knows what he's done. It was him. Yeah, he's done it himself. He's proud. He was proud. It was bad. And I was thinking, what is going on? We're at breakfast. There's whispers going around. Everyone's feeling a bit down. I was thinking, I'm all right. Do you know what I mean? I've got stomach of steel. Yeah. I'm immune from this. So I have my breakfast. I'm all good. We do the bird band. I'm feeling good. And then lunch comes round. Just before lunch, I'm starting to think, oh, it's not good. Belly's bad. So I head to the toilet, and we know that sound. The waterfalls of Kinsey Mill have arrived. Runs for days, and lunch, one shit, another shit, just again and again and again.
Don't stop.
Non-stop. We don't let.
We'll keep spirits high. We're trying to keep the spirits
all the
high.
dysentery bring us down. Not in Kinsey Mill.
We're still in high spirits.
Yeah, high spirits here.
Everyone's miserable, but we're still doing all right.
Yeah, we get on with it. Yeah. We do it.
Yeah.
It's just a bit of shit at the end of the day. Everyone goes through a bit of shit every now and again.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
What?
Come here, man. I got something to show you.
What are you saying, bro?
Careful. You see, man is a magic man, you know.
You're a magic man.
Man, I one with the plantation. Man, I one with the heritage this side. I'm gonna show you a little thing right here. You see this plant right here, man?
Yeah, I see.
Move.
Yo, how did you do that, bro?
I make the plant move. Look, film this one here, boy. Movement. It's gonna move now. It's gonna hold up and close.
How you do that, bro? How you do that?
Man.
Okay, so we now started our journey up into the Andes. Right now we're about maybe 2,000, 2,500 meters, and it's fucking beautiful. Take a look at this. We passed the highest point in the UK a long time ago. The highest point in the UK is Ben Nevis, 1,200, 1,300 meters. We passed that like an hour ago, and we're still going. We still got more than half to go, I reckon. But it's stunning up there, and the air's starting to get a bit thin now as well. I can definitely feel it. You just feel a bit, not lightheaded, but maybe a bit waved, like you just smoked a zoot or something. That's what it feels like. But it's actually worse in the bus than out here, because I guess in the bus everyone's taking up the fucking oxygen, isn't they? I tell you what, you do not want to fucking fall the fuck. That's an instant death sentence. Straight out to the Atlantic Ocean at the Amazon Delta in Brazil. That's where you're going if you fall in that one. It's so beautiful, man. We'll let you know when we're at the top. Standing 4,000 meters up here in the Andes Mountains, and this region is full of glaciers like the one you can see up there. Now unfortunately this region is really vulnerable to climate change because we release so much carbon emissions into the atmosphere through burning fossil fuels like oil and gas, farming, moving around in transport. I could stand here for hours talking about the numerous ways we pollute our world. Now the way climate change works, when these greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide are released into the atmosphere, they trap the sun's energy and forms a blanket of heat over the earth. Now this is called the enhanced greenhouse effect, and it warms the earth up. Now as the earth warms, and being glaciers like the ones you can see up in the mountains are melting at faster rates, and many climate models predict that we're going to lose a lot more of these glaciers in the coming decades. Now as glaciers melt, there's increased flooding and increased groundwater. The ground's not able to absorb it as much, so you get flooding downstream. Now as the glaciers melt over the years, there's less available water during the dry season when the glaciers are meant to melt. Now this has huge implications for the local people of the area, which rely so heavily on the meltwater to irrigate their crops and feed their livestock. As much as 90% of the people here are involved in some form of agriculture. It just puts into perspective the amount of people who are affected by melting glaciers. Now local people here have already experienced a lot of extreme climatic events, including freezing, heat spells and thunderstorms. This further decreases the productivity of the livestock and the crops that they grow here. And already this area is renowned for poverty and illiteracy, so it's just making the situation a lot worse. Tourism is already on the decline in this region. As the glaciers melt, the tourists don't want to come here and see bare rock like we're in fucking England. Now as we continue to release carbon and pollute this earth, the situation's only going to get worse. Beautiful landscapes across the globe are increasingly under threat from what we have done to this planet. And it has implications for the people who live there. They're becoming more vulnerable and entering into more extreme poverty. We've got fried alpaca.
Let's see what it tastes like.
It looks banging. Yeah. Look at it.
And one more for him as well.
So good.
Yes, please.
It tastes like steak.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it like steak?
It tastes like steak. It's like really well done.
That's lovely photo.
Really soft. Really nice.
Good scran, good scran. Can I get a bush?
Now that concludes our trip through the Amazon rainforest and across the Andes, and we're now back in the capital city of Lima.
So how long was he walking through that Amazon for?
We're trekking about 16 days. We've reached our destination.
We finally found it.
The helmet, the holy
The
grail.
Mackies. We finally fucking found the Mackies. Oh my god. Fucking starving, mate.
You
about
bloody time, mate.
Now before I play the next clip of us eating in this McDonald's, I just wanted to address the cattle farming situation in South America. Now cattle farming is one of the biggest threats to rainforests across the continent. A lot of trees are cut down to make room for cattle pastures. I just wanted to make clear the fact that we are aware of this issue, and us going into this establishment and eating there is very hypocritical of us. However, we have done a lot of good conservation work during our time in Peru. And have you ever heard the saying, treat yourself, don't beat yourself? Would you ever want to meet yourself? And I tell you what, I did, and I was a nice fella.
Man-sized portion, look at this. How is it, bro?
It's good. It's got like a peppery sort of sauce on it. It's really nice.
Good, man. How was your food, bro?
Piece of chicken. You don't get this in the UK.
Nah, we don't.
Piece of chicken with your Mackies. Burger. I still got nuggets, right? Remember.
You ain't finished.
I had nuggets.
You ain't finished none of it, bro.
Some extra scram.
Show them what I had.
He said, look. This is what this brother ate.
I had £4 with cheese, piece of chicken, 4 nuggets, 2 portions of chips, a Coke and an Incan Cola, and it did not fucking touch the sides. And now I'm ready.
Struggling at the end. You were struggling.
I'm ready for a McFlurry now. I've got a little bit more room. That was the best Mackies I've ever had. Told you get an ice cream. But that Mackies was so fucking good. Oh my god, they need to do that in the UK. The portion size is just not big enough for a man like me. It's not enough. Are you finding Lima, bro?
Yeah, it's mad. It's very hot.
It's so hot.
Around the shops.
The thing is, usually in Lima it's really overcast.
Is it?
The sun ain't usually out. Yeah, pretty much live here, mate.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm saying? The thing is, you saw on the TV and the news, like all the riots. There's no sign of them, really. I mean, there's a few police here and there. But that's about it.
I think the situation is somewhat quelled.
Yeah.
There's slightly less unrest.
See, there was a chance we wouldn't have been able to get to the Highlands, like Kinsey Mill, yeah, because the roads are blocked.
There was a roadblock for like 3 months before we got there.
Yeah.
They need to clear it because I was on the way.
They heard you was coming.
Yeah.
And they cleared it.
Yeah.
Right, what are we saying now? We're in a market. What are we gonna get, bro? Some more coca leaves.
Everyone are decent. Yeah.
Or a little guitar. The mannequins here look so weird. Look at this shit. So weird. Boys, surely not. Surely not you're thinking of more food.
I'm definitely not.
You don't want any more food, bro?
Nah, bro.
I could be convinced.
Only miss the muzzy bites when you're stuck at home. Only get a pretty view looking at your phone. You know you're gonna miss it when you have to go. And you have to go. Only got wet socks, ain't no clean clothes. Only time you miss a log when your runny flows. You know you're gonna miss it when you have to go.
So welcome.
And you have to go. God. Alright, where we going tonight, bro? Where we going?
Bro, I don't even know, bro.
We don't even know where the fuck
getting in a
we're
taxi.
going.
We'll find out later.
We're just going out, innit?
We're just figuring it out.
It's gonna be mad.
Only Mr. Muzzy bites when you're stuck at home. Only get a pretty view looking at your phone. You know you're gonna miss it when you have to go. Only gotta wear socks, ain't no clean clothes. Only tie and miss a log when your runny flows. You know you're gonna miss it when you have to go. And you have to go. Stuck at home, only get a pretty view looking at your phone. You know you're gonna miss it when you have to go. And you have to go.